3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Well, the Titans ready to take over on offense for the first time, and it is the now 35-year-old Ryan Tannehill who leads them out in his 12th NFL campaign.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
2nd and 7.
Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featuring receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they have one. They're just unable to complete the pass.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it'll be Dolphin football.
The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The partner of this offense, 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
First carry of the game for the Aggie alone, Devon Achane.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the boots right now? The scouting department, because they really look at...
Touchdown, Dolphins!
Elijah Higgins, his 17th touchdown now of the season. And the Dolphins put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive.
And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
Running on first down is Fournette, but he can only manage a yard or so before he's brought down.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 22 carries, 84 yards and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try to keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more, what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Tannehill.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. From the 42-yard line, here's a second down and 4.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and it's 3rd and 4.
You talk about this Titan defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
Gets this one to Hill.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver, that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. That is incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, as they've got it as we resume action. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll run it again with Fournette.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after our last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive there. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 15.
Hand off to Achane to begin the drive.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often...
And now the rookie's free.
Look at the big man rumble. Inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Elijah Higgins.
His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. The lead is now 17-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense back out. There's the veteran bruiser, the running back, Leonard Fournette.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play calling.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
Fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Now Hill to return it.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans will take over possession here up at the 44. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for him because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Tannehill.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Jalen Phillips in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
A-Chain is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. The quick slant caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
They'll look to run with A-Chain.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Devon A-Chain with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Titans now just about ready to take over.
They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's that's taken in by Okonkwo. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Now 2nd and 3.
To throw is Tannehill. He finds his man complete. It's Phillips. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Tannehill.
That's to the tight end, Wiley.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw, Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tannehill.
Phillips has it running the out route.
And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22.
Zane Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Tannehill now to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Crowder's got it over the middle. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So we reach halftime, and what?
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A-chain here. They stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. His throw incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Tua on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Elijah Higgins, 60 yards. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
16 yards. First down, Titans.
Tannehill. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple.
Here's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down with them, they've got to pay it off with some points.
3rd down, Fournette. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. Taking it right down Broadway. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. H.A. now up the middle. Shifts past him. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. H.A. on 1st and 10. 70 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 34. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Now it's Tannehill. This is going to be incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. They'll pitch it out to Achane. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to make 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down. It actually aids the defense in that situation.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On second down, Tua. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack, and that makes things tougher here on 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And the throw there going to be incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you're not going to they can just run this clock out because this one it was over a long time ago.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10. Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Titans. DeAndre Hopkins, 67 yards. And the Titans get a bit closer. Tannehill looking to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They fake the handoff, now Tua. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
The strong running. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and it'll be Titan football.
So now Tannehill and the Titans down by 16. A minute 52 to play.
And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Tannehill.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday night has been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. Tannehill. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, the defense circling now, 4th down and 7.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down.
Gets it to Burks.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
And he is going to have a Miami 1st down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown!
Elijah Williams with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here.
Extra point and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, partner, under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up